very gay. I don't know if you know this, but the second speaker for the Affirmative is super gay. In fact, she has a golden Labrador at home, and nothing says lesbian more than the golden Labrador, folks. The gorgeous Urzila Carlson.
Thank you very much, Mags.
Knock it off.
It's made a bit of eye there. You've got the good side to look at. Enjoy. Hi guys, what a good-looking team. Sammy, what a wonderful collection of words you had there. I just want to start off by saying slightly offensive with all the Lion King references. I know you're targeting me.
From Africa.
Yeah. I know it's confusing because I'm African.
I'm black. I don't know who won.
Yes. There's 0.5% in there, so...
I've never seen the continent, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm so African. Anyway, I just want to say it's lovely to be working with you lot. Sammy J, I can't say anything negative about you. You know, you've got a couple of kids. I know you're just happy to be out of the house. Also, you're such a lovely man and you're so gay-friendly. You dress like an underweight lesbian out on the prowl.
Love it.
Rich Hall, you're comedy royalty. Someone says, Rich Hall, you know, comedy royalty, but in true royalty, there's some dysfunction, weird ears, and a voice that says you may not have made the right decisions all the time. But it's an honour to share the stage with you. Dulcé, Sloan, you're not only a phenomenal comic, but just like me, you've obviously been booked for one reason and one reason only. They needed a bit of eye candy up here. I mean, you know the general public ain't watching this shit for just them. They need something to look at, you know, and sex sells. So that's why we got booked for the gig. Magda, if I can just say, I'm so stoked that we're on the same stage. If you could just come down here, because a lot of people have never actually seen us in the same room. Look at it. They just assume we are one. They think, like, I've been booked for stuff for you. They go, don't forget your netball skirt. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I have to say, I've seen you doing gigs and I thought it was me, and I thought, where the fuck's the check?
Yeah. It's very confusing. So I'm super stoked to be here. Actually, I got a little surprise for you. Charlie, if you've got that, thank you. Got a little something. Now, it's not a bribe, but there you go.
It's supposed to be a bribe. You were meant to bring me Wonder Woman. What the fuck's this?
Well, I got the email real late, so I did the best I could. It's chocolate. Look, I'm sorry.
It's good chocolate.
Yeah. You still want it?
Maybe a couple of points. We'll see.
I'm glad we can put those rumours to rest. We are two different people. Now, if there's one thing I think we can all agree on, it's the opinions of Yoko Ono. Yoko Ono knows the planet and how much we love it. And this is one of her songs from Yoko, as I like to call her, Mother Earth Ono. And here we go. Here we go. It's called I Love You, Earth. I love you, Earth. You are beautiful. I love the way you are. I know I never said it to you. Obviously playing a bit hard to get, but you know. But I want to say it now. I love you. I love you. I love you. Earth. I love you. I love you. It's getting fucking needy now. I love you now. I love you, Earth. You are beautiful. But we don't, do we? We don't love Earth. If you love something, you don't destroy it as much as we've been destroying it. We don't love Earth the way she is. We've broken it so much of it that we need to leave. It's the right thing to do. Like, you don't trash up a hotel room and then wait till the cleaners come to see their response to it. You need to leave so we can all process it at our own time and our own way. It's time to go. It's a no-brainer. Just have a look around you next time you're at the traffic lights at any intersection in the CBD and you'll realise there's too many of us here. It's too crowded. Now cast your minds back when Australia had those bumper stickers that says, "Fuck off, we're full." Do you remember that? Now they were offensive, they were slightly racist and not accurate at all because there's a lot of fucking space in this country. But I hate to agree with those bumper stickers, but it's true. We're full. The world is full. Overpopulation is such a thing that, and we can feel it here. 30% of Australia's agricultural land is considered severely degraded, okay? Our food, water and space is limited and there's no way for us to replenish it. Not if we keep breeding the way we're breeding. And let's face it, it's not the good ones that keep breeding. Over 17% of Australian children live well below the poverty line. You won't live in the same house for years and years when the whole neighbourhood dumps their shit in your backyard. No, you'll move, wouldn't you? That's what we need to do. What a relief it would be to get to a place that is fresh and new and not fucked up yet by us. Let's give the next generation their own place to screw up. Their own world. See if they can do it better. They look at us and go, "You gave us all this plastic." Yeah, we'll see if you can do better. You know what we gave you? Convenience! You give us weird haircuts and tight pants. But once we get to Mars, we can introduce only electric cars that can drive themselves, giving Elon Musk the chance to shine. And finally, we'll have a world where white South African man is not the enemy, but the answer. And he has said in the past that going to Mars is something that he's very interested in doing, and he's the only one that has said the words that we need to know. He wants to go there, and his number one plan is not to crash into it. What a great plan! No one else has come up with better. He can build cars that can merge like a zip. So we don't need to do it because you can't do it. You have no idea what that is. You merge like you've got a dick stuck in the zipper. There will be no parking wardens. Maybe you can even design a car that's got special tyres that can't tolerate chalk. Let's see them try. There'll be no fines. Living will be free and easy. Now that is truly the lucky country where we can still afford property. I'm not saying it's the baby boomers' fault that we can't, but they just won't die. I'm just saying, start eating fatty foods, high salt foods, because the conveyor belt of life is still, the start point is still the start point, but they're clinging to the end of it. We need to fucking get off. Now, one of the benefits of going to Mars is it'll take roughly 300 days to get there. I say roughly because it's a complicated mathematical equation, and I spent the better part of 12 hours researching because there are so many factors to take into account. It takes the Earth 1 year to orbit the Sun, and it takes Mars 1.9 years, and both planets move at different speeds. And I fell asleep. And I had a solid 11 and a half hours sleep. I didn't dream or anything. I woke up rejuvenated with a mad craving for a spicy fish curry. There are definite benefits to moving to Mars. It solves issues that we have been dealing with for generations here on Earth, or the shit planet, as we'll be calling it once we live on Mars. Positives, Mars only has 38% of the Earth's gravity, which means as soon as you land, you'll be your goal weight.
You just won.
You're coming. But wait, there's more. You know that weird relationship your titties have with gravity? That's over. You get there and the girls are up here. Oh man, yeah, bad news if they're super long already, because then you have... But what a great business opportunity when you can put some bangles on those bitches. We can fix our mistakes. As soon as we land, we get Uber Eats and Tinder. Because if you're fed and you're boned, you're a happy community. The first two people on Earth were Adam and Eve. And let's face it, there's been a lot of bigots that have used that to discriminate. So the first two people on Mars will be Adam and Steve. Let's see those Christians deal with that shit. Now, the negative team, they're going to say some stuff, you know. They might say we need to clean up the earth, we owe it to the environment. You know what? I want to. I do. I'd love nothing more. But, you know, there's sleep-ins and brunch and markets to visit and other stuff. You know. We've shown no interest up to this point to clean our shit up. Every now and again, somebody will arrange a big old clean up and you'll grab a bag because maybe someone hot will be there and you pick up a few things. But as soon as something else comes up, you drop the bag and you go. Now there's a bag as well. You know, it's like not fighting in front of a new partner. Sure, in the beginning we try, but then 6 months in, we're fighting on their heads and laughing in their face about it. So it's our best case is just to break up with the earth and leave it. Just leave it. Maybe don't give a forwarding address. They'll say, Mars is far and it's unlivable. Sure. There are points and, you know, they've got facts and stuff that work in their favour, and they'll say, it's unlivable, there's no atmosphere. Neither Canberra doesn't have any atmosphere. People seem to make it work there. But let's look at the positives. We could send people to Mars that we would normally not adore. You know when you go out and you get that really irritating friend and they're always the drunkest one first, and then you call cabs and you go, you hop in mate, we're all going home. And then you tell the driver where to go and the rest of you party on. That's what we're going to do. We just send the people we don't really like. Get them up there. There's some negatives, I understand. There's 2 moons on Mars, so that means double PMS, double crazy. But you know, doesn't that just make you want to live better? You know, get you on your toes? We're an adventurous people. We should embrace that. The negative want to suck the joy out of everything. But if I haven't convinced you, I have one thing. When we get to Mars, it's minus 63 degrees. There is no beach. Do you know what that means? We will live in a world with no budgie smugglers. We won't ruin children's futures with this. Let's go to Mars. See you there.